Hey, welcome to another launch webinar. Probably should not say another anymore, but we've had a bunch of launches here at Regrid, but this is a big one. So we're going to be discussing what we announced this morning, the Regrid Feature Service, our Esri-Compatible solution. It's another delivery method in addition to bulk delivered files and API for our nationwide parcel data that allows our data to be plugged in and delivered straight into the Esri environment and tools of your choice. This is primarily built for our customers and enterprises centered on Esri that work primarily out of their Esri stack and Esri tool, and now they can work with our data directly streamed into their Esri tool. So that's what we announced. It's a big launch because this has been in the works for a while now. We're very proud of it. Lots of work has gone into it, and also because we're now an authorized Esri partner. We will be exhibiting at the Esri conference in a few days, so it's all timely. It's coming in at the right time, and this allows us to serve our customers even better now. We've always been able to do this, but this is like an even better solution because there's more flexibility that this provides for our customers within their Esri environments. I think I jumped straight into the product before actually doing any intro. So how is everyone doing, guys?
Good, yeah. Yeah, you must be excited about this launch
I know, right?
to start the rift on it. So
yeah.
And I'll just add, I mean, we've obviously been Esri fans for a long time, but it just feels amazing to have this product out that more directly and seamlessly serves the largest GIS community on planet Earth. And like Silvana said, being there in person, coming up in just a couple of weeks in July 11th through 15th at the Esri User Conference and exhibiting there and seeing people in person to show this off and talk about our work is going to be awesome.
Yeah. So Steve and Jerry, let's talk a little bit about why we, got into the building this solution, what this means for us as a company, what this means for our customers. Let's start there. So Steve, your thoughts first.
Well, so certainly, Regrid, we have many clients that utilize our nationwide parcel data products in their Esri-based solution, their apps and their analytic products. So we've always had Esri compatibility, right? We've supported Esri file formats. We deliver in file geodatabase. We deliver in shapefile. We deliver in open source file types like GeoPackage that Esri supports. Our API has always been available to clients developing applications where there's been software engineering development skill sets applied against a use case, and they've been able to use our API and integrate our parcels that way. That requires the developer skill set, and obviously is for certain projects at scale to that type of resourcing. But this is really an alignment with how Esri is educating their client base in how to work with third-party data services, which is what we are with our parcels. And Esri said, here's your tools to build apps, to configure apps. You don't need to be a developer. You can configure an app. And if you want to incorporate third-party data, you can do it simply by entering a URL. That's really what this feature service is. We provision you with a URL, you enter it, and here comes the nationwide parcels, all the geometries, everything we know about the parcels, streaming into the application that you're building.
Yeah. I can actually do a quick demo of this so that we can see.
Yeah, let's see it.
I'll do this on ArcGIS Online. I'm going to be Matt Hample for the day.
Hi, Matt.
So let me actually first show how easy it is to load our data layer. And I do want to stop here to mention that this is going to be deployed as a nationwide data layer. So, so you can actually pan through different parts of the country and you'll see our parcels loading up. You can look up parcel details in different parts. So let me just quickly show how easy it is I went to new item, I went to the URL. This URL has the token, the authenticated token embedded in it. And a quick disclaimer, I have some bandwidth issues, so you might see a few things loading up a little bit slowly. It's one of the reasons why I have another window with our parcels loaded in already. Again, this is a nationwide data layer, so
So you're using the wide range of tools that are available to all of Esri's clients and their ArcGIS
online,
and you're building a map app, and you're saying I need parcel data in this solution, and all you've done is typed in the URL that we provided.
Yep. And
okay, good.
That loads up the layer. You can name it whatever you like. This way, and then it'll open up with all the details about the products. You can read up about it, kind of describe what it does. I have chosen a token for our premium schema. That's what I'll be using to demo. So that's what it looks like. And then you can just load it up by saying open in map viewer. You can also select the classic viewer if you'd like. I have that already loaded in. So if you actually said open in map viewer, this is what it would look like. We have a default teal blue for our parcels, and it will show up under layers here, the premium regrid nationwide parcel data. And that is it. That was as easy as putting in a URL to load our high quality, standardized, nationwide 152 plus million parcel records into ArcGIS Online. And now you have that as a layer. There are so many other things that you could do. For instance, you could start by querying. I'm using the new viewer because that's the one that is Esri recommended, and the classic viewer or the old viewer is going to be phased out at some point. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to go with, since I'm using the premium data set, I'll go with a binary residential indicator, which basically shows whether a property is residential, yes or no. And since I'm Matt Hample today, I'm in Ann Arbor, Matt Hample's hometown. And as soon as I have that filter, you can see all the residential properties light up on your screen. Again, I apologize for my bandwidth today. But yeah, so this is just a simple example of what one could do with the data. Basically, query by any of the properties. You can click on properties, look at their.
So zoom in till we get to see some parcel geometries on the whole.
Yeah.
But what's going on is the feature service just streams our parcels into Sahana's app here, bringing all the vector geometries, all the attributes. So identifying a property, you have all the schema attributes that we have about every property. The filters and searches can be run against this data set on broad geographic regions and return only those parcels that meet that criteria specifically. Really, it's a fire hose of parcels coming in to your fingertips here, and enabling you, the use cases, the applications. So many of our users, it's all about getting to the properties that meet the criteria they're after. Search and filter, get a list of the properties that meet those criteria, and take it on through your workflows.
Yeah, and since this is inside the Esri environment, you can pick and choose, rename some of these things. But yeah, this is, essentially you have a viewer with all of our parcels loaded into it. You can look up parcels. You can look at each one of the parcel details, depending on the schema you have, if it's standard or premium. You can query, you can style. You can style these maps. I can go here. Actually, let me remove the filter and then try styling. You can just, style by choosing different colors, or one of the, most asked for requested fields to query by, style by, search by is acreage. So I'll probably try and find Loveland parcel acres here.
Let's talk through a couple other aspects of this. So you are an authorized user, ArcGIS Online. You said, I need to do something spatially, like I need to make a map. I need this data. That's what you've done so far.
Yeah.
But the other aspect of this is you're not necessarily, you're a business user. You're not a trained GIS technical skill set. You're not an app dev skill set. So Esri has this rich set of applications that are all enable all of us to configure applications and configure those applications and then deploy them forward to the teams to use. So you started that process. You started with the viewer to make your own app, but all of those app configuration tools all use that same viewer. And then the workflow is you're going to create this app. You can have all the data, all the filters, everything, all the stylings you want, and then you're going to deploy it forward to a set of users that are operating a workflow or a business process for you. So
that's right.
What we've really opened up is that whole middle level of the user community, and that is use our data. You don't have to be a trained GIS technical skill set, and you don't have to be an app developer, but you can get the data in front of you and your team to make the right business decisions you need to make.
That's right. And then I'm just like right now showing our documentation, which not only shows how we can load these into the 3 environments, but also the other things, other tools and widgets that Esri provides that we are compatible with. And I can quickly show one right now. So every time you load our layer, it'll actually always be under my content as a feature layer. And then if you make maps on top of it, that gets saved here. And that's the map that I just saved. I can like create a quick app using this. Esri provides multiple templates. I'm going to choose one. Call it demo map 2. And then it takes a few minutes to actually do this, but once the feature service has loaded our data into it, you can do and configure many of these maps and layers and widgets that Esri provides in their tools. So it's as easy as just selecting a map. This is the map that I just made. Nothing too fancy, but it'll be enough to show how easily one can spin up these instant maps. You can publish it if you wanted to once you have that in there. There you go. That's the map that we just had. That was the one I zoomed into, and you can publish that. You can do something. You can also do the same with the web app builder, create another app and then use, again, our feature service sort of like through ArcGIS Online is compatible with all of these additional layers and widget. And once the data has been loaded in, it can be used for different use cases. A lot of these have been our example maps that we've been playing around with. And voila, there you go. So it's kind of just an example of the level of flexibility, the opportunities to build different things that one has once our data has been loaded through the feature service into, the 3 Esri environments. So the Desktop Pro, tools, ArcGIS Online, you can configure apps like, the ones that I just showed, even deeper, more custom built ones. These were the easier ones that we could just do here online. And then, of course, building from scratch using their JavaScript API or building mobile apps through the SDKs. All of that is possible because the feature service just loads this data. And once it's there, depending on your use case, you can build on top of it.
Yeah, quickly and with one link, and even with your bandwidth being slow today, it's loading pretty snappy, I gotta say, even for limited bandwidth. So it's good.
Yeah. So that was the quick demo. There's so much one can do with it, depending on which tool in the Esri world we're using, and the use cases. Hopefully, is it safe to say sky is the limit? Maybe it is, but it's really nice for us to see our data load into these environments and for us to be able to look them up anywhere in the country. I probably should have done that while I was screen sharing, is like just move around and pan to different parts of the US, because it sort of paginates as you pan, and you can see, from Michigan to Ohio to other parts, and then the parts sort of load up as you go.
I think that's
a demo video on the site too. So there's a longer demo video.
Yeah, we do. We do have that. Yeah.
I would put out there. So this is constructed on our nationwide parcels, deployed as a single file and updated with all of our updates coming in. And that is a hidden incremental value to the feature service. It really enables use cases. Take classic site selection. You can be looking at all the counties in Denver, running those filters and returning properties that meet these acres with this land use classification that haven't been sold in the last 3 months, and building your target list on a very broad geography because of that single nationwide file deployment. That's a kind of a hidden advantage. And I just wanted to give it a little light of day to encourage our users to think about that value of having all that data, to not have the borders of counties and states interfere with your interactions with the data. It's a single nationwide file, and I think that actually lends itself to very unique use cases that we're gonna uncover working with our clients.
Yeah, it's similar to the things that we recently launched with our API update that allows our API to be, queryable at scale, by acreage, by so many other things for larger geography, and helps serve many use cases. So there we have it. That is, this delivery method in a nutshell. Our nationwide data in the, SD tool of your choice to build the apps and the solutions that you are looking to build. This is available. We are live right now. So if anybody wants to try a sample, reach out to our team at parcels@regrid.com. And if you're looking to get a live demo at the Esri event, if you and your team are attending, Steve and Jerry will both be there. We'll be at booth 2228. It's a pretty easy number to remember. We're going to be blasting it up everywhere, so you shouldn't be forgetting anyway. Our whole team will be there. We'll be available to demo this product, but a lot of other products as well are of course the nationwide parcel data. Everything starts there, so we want to talk about that. We want to talk about our coverage, currency, completeness. So meet us, and yeah, we'll go from there. Anything else to add?
No, just enthusiasm. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Let's reinforce we're an Esri certified partner. We'll be at their conference.
We are. Mm-hmm.
We've always had users putting our parcel data into Esri-based solutions. We've always had compatibility. This is a very powerful additional way to engage with our parcels, and the power and capabilities are quite tremendous. So looking forward to see what our customers can do with it.
Here.
Absolutely.
So cool.
All right.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you all for joining us, and see you all at the event soon. Bye.
All right. Happy feature service.
Bye.